Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is David, and in this video I'm gonna play a solo game of Cascadia. And this is a beat your own score system, so I'm just gonna try to score as much points as possible, and during play I will also teach you the game. So let's see how many points I can score. So goal of the game is to score as much points as possible, and we'll see here I need at least 60 points to get a good start and 110 plus to be ascended. I hope to end somewhere in between, maybe getting to very good. This video is more to show you how it's played. So the setup is the same as in a two-player game. I'll simply randomly get one starting tile. All the animal tokens are in the back. We have these tokens. I'll explain to you what they do later in the game. And we have the 5 animals that we're going to score points for. There's an A, B, C, D. In your first game you are advised to play with only the A cards, but since this isn't my first game, we'll simply randomly draw one card for each animal. So in this case the salmon. I need to make runs of salmons where they cannot be adjacent to each other. If the run size is 3, I score 10 points, or if I get 5 or more, it's 15 points per run. Then we get to the hog. I always find this one the most difficult to score, but we get the number 8, that's okay. I'll simply score 1 point for each hog that is not adjacent to any other hog at the end of the game. Then we have the elk, the Roosevelt elk. Number B. So we can score groups of elks if they are in this shape. So one elk is simply worth 2 points, but if I get 4 together like this, it will be worth 13 points. Then we get the fox, that will score points for adjacent animals. In this case, points for unique pairs adjacent to the fox. And the pairs don't have to be adjacent to each other, just to be adjacent to the fox itself. And finally we have the grizzly bear. What do we have here? Families. Score per group of bears with no other bears next to it. A group of 1, 2 and 3. If we score all sizes at the end of the game, we'll get 3 extra bonus points. So that's our aim of the game. Score as much points as possible with the animals. But we're also going to score points for the habitat we're going to make. Since it's a two-player game, we have 43 tiles. It's the number of players plus 3. But we did the setup like we do a two-player game. And I'll put 4 tiles out in the middle. And underneath each tile there will be an animal token. So we have all 5 animals also as tokens. Should there be 3 of the same animals below the tiles, I can choose to remove those 3 and draw 3 new animal tokens. I'm not obliged to. Should there be 4 the same animals, then I have to remove them all and draw 4 new ones. But for now we're simply ready to play. My turn is very simple. I'll pick one tile and the token underneath it. And I think I'm going to take this tile and place it maybe over here. And then I have this fox token. I have to place it on a tile that allows me to place a fox, and I'll put it over here. And this one has this symbol on it. So when I place a token over that space, I can take one of these pineapples. These are worth 1 point at the end of the game, but I can also pay one of these to take another combination of a tile and the animal token. So I can maybe take this tile and this token instead of the normal turn where you have to take both the tile and the same animal underneath it. Or I can pay one of these pineapples to remove any animals I want from the display and add some new ones in. But for now I'm good. because if we get 2 bears here, we have a pair adjacent to the fox. That was the plan. Now, because I'm playing solo, the tile and the animal most to the right of the draw pile will be removed from the game. These will slide towards the end, and we'll simply draw 2 new tiles and 2 new animals from the back. And this we're gonna do another 19 times. Besides the scoring for the animals at the end of the game, we will also score points for each of the 5 habitats. So mountain, forest, prairies, wetlands and rivers. For each largest habitat I will score 1 point for each tile that it contains. And also as a bonus, for each habitat that is 7 tiles or more, I get 2 extra bonus points. So you try to get the same habitat together as much as possible. Unfortunately, that's not really a possibility at this moment. But we said we want to place some bears over here, so let's take this tile. And maybe we can get the wetlands matched later in the game. So we'll have to take the bear and we'll place it maybe somewhere over here. Most to the right gets discarded. These will slide. We'll add 2 new tiles and 2 new animals. So this tile only has 1 habitat, the forest, but it also has the pineapple token. It's not pineapple, sorry, it's a cone. Pineapple we put on the pizza, of course. Well, in Dutch it's called dennenappel, so that's my mistake. Sorry, cones. From the mighty Douglas sphere. I feel like we're a little unlucky with the tiles. We cannot combine any habitats together. But maybe if we take this one and we place it like this, then maybe we also can connect the water later on. And this wapiti can go here or here. But since we want to place a bear over here, it can only go over here. These gets discarded. These to the right. And 2 new tiles. And we're still not able to match habitats. In the meantime, we can try to get some elks together. But we also want the bear. So let's do this combination. We'll place this one over here. And we place the bear over here. Now we have a pair of bears. That is worth 5 points. Plus also there's a pair of identical animals adjacent to the fox. So 1 pair is 3 points. And that is how you play Cascadia solo. So now we can still not combine anything together. Maybe we can put some elks into formation. Although if we place this tile over here, we cannot place an elk on it, but we can place a bear on it and make a group of 3 bears. Let's do so. I'm placing this one over here. Then I get this token, and the only place I can put it is over here in the forest. I'll put it over a cone, so I'll get another cone. So now I have 2 cones worth 2 points, or giving me more options with the tile and animal token. Finally, we have a combination that we can combine onto each other. And we have a bear, so that's okay. I'll take this one and I'll place it like this. So now we enlarge the mountain section, but also the river section. Let's see if we can find some salmon. Oh, that one's going to get removed. And we have the bear, and that can only go over here. And now we have a group of 3 bears. so worth 8 points. It doesn't need to be bigger because we don't get any more points for now. So we need to start a new group of bears. This one gets discarded. So the game is really simple with the rules. Simply pick a tile and an animal token. And the fun of the game is, of course, what tile do I take in combination with what animal. Maybe we can go for some single hogs by taking this tile, because it also has the cone symbol. And since the hog is the only animal that can go on this tile, I'll place it straight over there. Now we can't play any hog over here, because then they're adjacent to each other and we don't want that. So these get discarded. The only animals we can place at the moment are the fox, the hog and the salmon. So these two. So maybe we better take one of these tiles so we can take an animal we can place. And I think this one is nice because we can place it over here. So we enlarge both the forest and the swamp. And the fox has to go onto this one or this one. And I'll put it over here so we get these still available for the salmon should we get one. That means this one gets discarded. I have no idea if I'm going into a high score or not. We'll see at the end of the game. Maybe you see me do things you think, why you should have taken that tile. But like I said, this is more a how to play video than how to get a high score. But I'm doing my best, of course. For the fox we want pairs, so we want another wapiti over here maybe. And we can do so by taking one of these tiles. Although then we get the wapiti, but we do not have the tile that can place them over there. Maybe we can take this one. And then place 2 salmons on these 2 tiles if possible. It'll give me the hog token and I'll put it over there. So now we have 2 separate hogs worth 5 points. Did I take the cone for putting my token over there? I have 1, 2, 3. I guess I did. Oh, I didn't put that token on it. Sorry. You only get the cone when you place a token on the tile, not when you take the tile itself. Now let's see. Where can we go from here? We can enlarge the forest together with the desert, but we have no space to place the wapiti. Or I can take this tile, pay a cone and take another animal, but I can pay only with the fox. And if I place the fox here, it doesn't count as a pair because fox pairs adjacent to each other do not count. So maybe what I want is another animal. Because I have no use for the wapiti or the fox. Or what I can do, maybe that's even better. I'll pay 1 cone to take this tile, place it over here, and taking the fox instead of the elk. And place this fox over here, and now it's straight away adjacent to 2 pair of bears. So the most right ones get discarded, and the others slide to the right. We need tiles that let us place a wapiti over there, and that's only this one. That isn't too bad. But then we get the beer animal, and we cannot place the beer. Oh, this game can be cruel. If you get a token you cannot use. Me think I'm going to place this one over here just to enlarge the habitats. Maybe better place it over here. But I cannot use this one. I could pay 1 coin again to get a beer, and I can place that one over there. So it cost me 1 point, but the beer is worth 2 points. Yes, I'll pay 1 coin to take the beer instead and place it over there. I'm a little tight on animal placement. Let's see if we can escape and get some room. Salmon. We still need salmon for our run of salmons. We can take this one, but we can take also this one in a later turn because it won't get discarded for now. I do want the salmon. Let's go for this one first. And I'll put it over here. I think I'm gonna ignore the desert for this game. Place it like this. And put the eagle on this tile. So now we have 3 eagles, is 8 points. These ones get discarded. These go to the right. And we get 2 new ones. Ha, now we can take some salmon. There's even more salmon. So we're going to take this one because I simply want the salmon. I can even place this one. Or like this, or like that. How am I going to place this tile? Maybe like this. Oh, I don't know. Like this. So we're there. And then we place the salmon next to this one. So I get a cone. But also is adjacent to a fox. So if we can get another salmon on this one, we have a pair next to the fox. So the beer that gets discarded. These shuffle slide to the right. Oh, I want the salmon animal token. Now we have 3 the same animals, 3 foxes, so I can choose to remove all 3 and draw 3 new tiles, 3 new animal tokens. Although I simply want the salmon token. But I don't like the fox. I want to remove the foxes, and I'm allowed to because there are 3 of them. Oh no, draw 3 new tokens. Oops, that's 4. And the foxes go returned into the bag. Now let's have a look again. We want the salmon token, so I'm going to take this one. We're going to extend this forest. Maybe like this. And we have a salmon, and I'll place it over here. So now this pair of salmons score for both this fox and this fox. And these 2 salmons are worth no points. We need to have 3 to score at least 10 points. But here's another salmon, so I think we're good. And more of the wapiti. We totally forget, we call it wapiti. It's the Roosevelt elk. We want another wapiti over here. So we have 2 together, which is worth 5 points and also scores extra points for the fox. But I really want the salmon. And we can take another wapiti over here. I think I'm gonna try it safe. And we want a group of 2 bears, so we can bonus points. I'll take this one. Then we can place this one. Oops. Place it over here. No, here. We need 2 bears together. But if I place it over here, I enlarge my mountain area. But I think it's better to place it over here, because then we have 2 bears together already. And this salmon can go over here, and we'll place it over there. So now we have 3, so we have 10 points in the pocket. I'm done with the foxes, I think. I want the other ones. I think I'm gonna take this one. And we'll put it like this. Or maybe even better, because this is only 3 and this wetlands is getting very big. Better place it over here. Then we lock the mountains, but maybe we can connect the desert, the prairie, what was it? The prairies. And this wapiti can only go over here. But now we have 2 together, that's worth 5 points. So we want another wapiti over here if possible. This one gets discarded. Here's the beer, we like that. But also here's a wapiti we want to place over here, and we can by simply placing that tile over there. And then we still have even options to make it 4 elks together. So this one goes straight over here. So this is worth 9 points. This one gets discarded. The end is coming. More salmons. If we can place one over here, we get to 4. But we also want to have 2 bears adjacent somewhere. Let's start with that. So I'll take this one. If we get the 4th hawk, we go from 8 to 11 points. That's only 3 points more. And this bear on its own is 2 points. And we can enlarge our forest by placing it over here. Oh, we can also place the bear over here. Then we can place the salmon over here. Let's do so. So now I have a pair of 3 bears and of 2. So I only need 1 single bear. Let's hope there will be one. Because I think I only have 2 more turns. Oh, no bears. But we do get the elk and we can place it over here. So that's good. We can enlarge our forest, which is 2, 4, 6, 7 already. Or we can enlarge the river, which is 2, 4 only. Could we make it to 7? I'm afraid not. But let's take this one and place it over here. So we get the salmon and we simply place it over here. And now we have 4 in a row. That is worth 12 points. This one gets discarded. And this is the last turn. Because I cannot refill the offer anymore once I've taken this. Ooh, if this was a fourth elk, all elks would have been gone. And we don't want that because we want to place the fourth elk over here. And we do so using this one, because then we also get another cone because we place an elk. Oh, now we miss our bear. Place a cone, token on the cone. Ah, that's a pity. We're short one bear. But that's the game. Let's see if we can get to 60 points or more. We can use the paper one, but I prefer to use the BG Stats app for that. So, wildlife scoring, the bears. We have a pair of 3. It's called a pair. We have a set of 3 and a pair of 2. So that is 13 points total. 5 plus 8. Oh, we just missed one single bear. Then we get to the elks. We have one group of 1 that will score 2 points. And we have a group of 4. Nice, that will score 13 points. So 15 points total. Then we go to the salmon. We have 4. 4 is 12 points. In my previous game I had 5 of them, but I had 1 placed over here. So they were adjacent to each other, so I lost a lot of points over there. That was very stupid of me. Then we go to the hogs. We have 1, 2, 3 single hogs not adjacent to each other, so 8 points. And finally we get the foxes, who will score points for adjacent pairs, unique adjacent pairs. This one has 1 pair, so that's 3 points. This one has 2 pairs, so that's 5 points, so we're at 8. And this one has 1 pair, so that's 3, so 11 points. And then we already have scored 59 points with just the animals, and we needed 60 to do at least, we're getting somewhere. So that sounds good. Then we're going to the habitat tiles. We're simply going to check which area is the biggest of the mountains. In this case it is over here, and it's the size of 4 tiles, so I score 4 points. If it's 7 or more tiles I will score 2 bonus points, but I didn't manage to get that. Also filled on the prairies, only 2 together is the largest area, so 2 points. The forests, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, nice. 7 points plus 2 bonus because it's 7 or bigger, larger. Then the wetlands, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, nice. 7 plus 2. And then we have the rivers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points. So 29 points for the habitat tiles. We're already at 88 points, and I score 3 more points because I have 3 cone left. So I'm getting to 91 points, which is good, which is better than my previous game. And look at that, I did an excellent job. And that is how you play a solo game of Cascadia. Gameplay itself is really the same as a multiplayer game, but once you've taken a tile and a token from the offer, you will remove the tile and the token that are the furthest to the right from the game. The 2 sets left will be slide to the right, and you'll add new tiles and new tokens as normal. And you simply try to score as much points as possible. If you have any questions about this solo mode or Cascadia in general, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. My name is David, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.